Hey y'all, I wanted to come today to give my tips on the quickest way to get out multiple wig orders. As you can see right there, I have 5 different wig orders I need to make. So this is my helpful tips to get everything handled quickly. Get all of those wigs out in a timely manner. So the first thing you want to do is get some Ziploc bags. These are the gallon size, and you want to separate all orders into a bag, and you want to put the wig cap the customer wants in the bag as well. Make sure you're writing the customer's name on each bag, because if you saw before, like, customers, they send their hair in all different types of things, packages, grocery bags, all that stuff. So you just want to go ahead and organize everything and put each order in a separate bag with the cap, the wig cap that the customer would like as well. Alright, so everything is separated into its own bag. So now it's time to move to the next step. The next step is you're going to take one bag at a time, and you're going to double the wefts of the bundles, okay? So you're just going to take the hair out of the packages. So this is my Brazilian Kiki straight hair directly out of the package the way it came from my vendor. And I'm just going to open up that bundle, and I am going to double the wefts. After I'm done doubling the wefts, I'm going to put those double wefts back into the bag, the package that we just made. Alright, so now that the wefts have been doubled, you're just going to fold it up and place it back into the bag that we took it out of. And then you're just going to proceed with the rest of the bundles that you have. And if you are working with a wig made using different limbs, make sure you you fold up the hair after you doubled the wefts, and put it back into the packaging that it came in. That way you do not mix up the limbs of the hair when it's time to make the wig. I doubled the wefts for each wig order. All of that has been organized, so it's time to go to the next step. So with the next step, all I'm going to do is take the wig cap out of each package, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw the guidelines for the wig. And then once I'm done drawing the guidelines, I'm going to put that wig cap back into the package I got it out of, and then I'm just going to do the same for the rest. Alright, so if you have taken my online wig course, or maybe you watch me make wigs on live, I always tell you, when you're making wigs, always make sure, you see how it's wrinkly at the back? Go ahead and make sure your cap doesn't have those wrinkles in it by pinning the cap down to the canvas head with wig pins. Clearly, I've been making wigs for a long time, so I know how to work around that. I take a lot of shortcuts, but if you are a beginner, make sure the wig is nicely pinned down before you start drawing on your wig line. Alright, so the next thing you want to do, you want to bleach all of the closures. So in order to make sure I don't mix up any of the closures, I'm just going to draw the name of the customer on the clear packaging that I took the closure out of, and I'm just going to lay the closure on top of that packaging. That is solely so I don't mix up the closures. You know, sometimes when you wash the hair, maybe the closure is deep wave now, but after I wash it, it becomes really loose. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure I don't mix up any of the closures by writing the names on them, etc. So just keeping everything organized. I'm going to bleach the knots. I'm going to rinse it out. And then I'm just going to move on to the next step for pretty much preparing your wig orders. All I'm doing throughout this video, these are things you want to do the night before. So this is like your prep work. You prep up everything. So tomorrow, when it's time to work on your wigs, all you got to do is just sew onto the cap and you're done. Okay, well, of course you got to style the wig and everything, but I kid you not, like this process, just getting all of this stuff out of the way the night before makes life so much easier when it comes to making your wigs. The last part of the prep process is pretty much getting some bobbins threaded. That way you can already have like all of this threaded up, y'all. Having to stop in the middle of making the wigs because you got to change out the bobbin, you got to put some thread on the bobbin, like that can be so annoying. So if you already have a couple of bobbins already pre-threaded, that would be very wise and very helpful. And pretty much that next day, when it's time to start on your wigs, literally your wefts are already doubled, and all you have to do, because your guidelines are already on your wig cap, all you have to do is just sew the wefts onto each line, and voila. Like, that's literally how easy it's going to be. Most of my wig caps usually have between 10 to about 14 lines. So all you have to do is sit there and sew sew the wefts on 10 to 14 lines and be like done with the wig. All you have to do after that is just do like some basic styling and you're done. But it makes the process go by so much faster that next morning or that next day when it's time to work on wigs, and all of that stuff has already been done. Like, it is a lifesaver. It makes it seem as if the wigs are being out of the way, like, you know, you feel like you're getting somewhere and you feel more accomplished, okay? Because it's really easy to get like drained and worn out sitting there making wig by wig by wig by wig. But if you do it in a process like this, like kind of like step-by-step process, it just makes everything go by quicker. So hopefully this has been very, like, this tip, this method is helpful for anyone that has a lot of wig makers, because a lot of wigs to make, because it can be very exhausting making wigs, but it's definitely worth it. The reward is always great. It's good money in wigs. If you're just a creative person, you like using your hands and making stuff, the wig business is just a very good business to be in. But yes. So these are the 2 wigs I had to get out ASAP, but once these are dry, definitely about to ship them out and meet up with a customer for the other one, and then I'll be able to work on the other 3. But thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you watch my other videos. Make sure you subscribe, and more videos like this will come.